course and already at halfway. I'll set the field for you. Top 4 go to the final. So it's a top 4 progression. Everybody else goes to a petite final. Doesn't look to my eye like we have maybe all of the boats here, but I will go through them anyway. In lane 0, furthest from us, is supposed to be Team Tampa. Lane 1 is First Coast. Lane 2, Boone High School. Lane 3 is Hillsborough High School. Lane 4 is Belen Jesuit. Lane 5 is North Palm Beach. And in lane 6 is Miami Beach B entry. And Joe, to my eye, it looks like Miami Beach B entry in lane 6, as well as Belen Jesuit in lane 4 are the 2 boats that are out in front.
It appears to be the open lane is to the right side of Belen, so Hillsborough did not make it to the start line.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats coming down. Excuse me, and I think you're right. I think it's Hillsborough that didn't make it in, but we'll see for sure. Might also be Team Tampa. It might be Hillsborough is there and First Coast is there and Team Tampa may not be there. But top 4 are going to move through. And so you've got this deadlock up front. They look connected, quite frankly. I mean, there's an angle that's hard for us to tell, but Belen Jesuit and Miami Beach look pretty deadlocked up front. And then you've got 3 boats that are pretty well connected, and only 2 of those 3 are going to make it through to this A final in the boys lightweight single.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see.
Those look like First Coast, Boone, and then the boat from North Palm Beach are the ones that we're talking about there.
Right. It looks like it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like the crew from North Palm may be the one in jeopardy.
Yeah, and maybe I counted poorly. I'm only seeing 5 boats here as they come down, but I'm starting to see the colors. It's definitely Belen Jesuit in the gold. It is definitely Miami Beach in the blue and white. Those 2 still deadlocked up front. Looks like the orange of Boone High School is what I'm going to say is the boy in 3rd place here, Mr. Lester.
Yeah, First Coast is the crew to the on his starboard side, and then it looks like in the gentleman from North Palm Beach is the trailing the field.
So no Hillsborough, no Team Tampa if you're looking at the schedule. So only one of these boats is going to miss out on the A final. And you've got Mr. De Cardenas of Belen Jesuit out in front trying to hold on to it ahead of Mr. Dominguez of Miami Beach.
Again, in keeping with the tradition of excellence for lightweight rowing by Belen Jesuit, where we have a lightweight sculler winning his heat for the boys' lightweight single heat number 1.
So everything that we see here is unofficial until they make it official, but it's Mr. De Cardenas of Belen Jesuit finishing ahead of Mr. Dominguez of Miami Beach. 3rd place, it's going to be Mr. Lester of Boone High School who will move through. And a push being made by Hughes of North Palm Beach, but I think he's going to run out of space to... with a tailwind this morning, especially when we look out from the finish line tower now. It has shifted and it's coming out of, it looks to me like the northeast. So it's actually a little bit of a quartering headwind. As we get on the race course with the grand final, the A final for medals and a trophy and the title of state champion with the boys lightweight singles. That is a picture right there of lane 6, Mr. Royer of Miami. Let me set the whole field for you as it pans. That's lane 5, Mr. Dominguez of Miami Beach. Then to his left is Mr. Condapali of Sarasota Crew in lane 5 there. And then lane 4 is Mr. Lester of Boone High School right there in the blue boat. Actually, that's Mr. Condapali of Sarasota Crew. And then I'm just looking at the numbers incorrectly. That is Mr. Lester of Boone. 8 boats across. Again, this is a unique situation. If you're watching at home and you watch the Olympics in Tokyo, they don't even do 8 boats across. We do 8 boats across here at Nathan Benderson Park because we have the ability to do so, and it makes it more exciting. It gives more athletes a chance to row for the medals in A finals like this.
It also makes the management of a regatta a lot better because you could put more boats on the water, and then that cuts down the number of heats and semis you need to have. And I've actually seen us use 10 lanes here, where you could use lane 8, which is the one closest here to Regatta Island, or this athlete right here is in lane 0, but you can go on the the left side of those buoys and be able to go down in lane 00.
Yep, so that is Tampa Prep's Brown. This is the boys' lightweight single, A final. Right there, lane 5 is Mr. Dominguez of Miami Beach.
Looks like he's got a race on his hands with Berlin's Mr. De Cardenas.
Yep, they're connected at 500 meters. Those are your 2 leaders, Joe. And De Cardenas was really putting on some juice. As you see just how close it is for the bronze medal currently, that's Royer of Miami. And then in that dark boat with the orange blades, that's Lester of Boone. So those 2 boats were basically deadlocked at 500 meters for bronze.
A wonderful race here as we move along in this boys' lightweight single final.
Picture there again of Tampa Prep's Brown up there in lane 0. And we're seeing a couple bikes. You'll see more bikes when the boats get bigger and the finals, the A finals come around for the bigger boats, just simply because you've got more opportunity for family members and or coaches to want to be on that path on the bikes going along with the races. But this is an A final. Again, this is for medals, a trophy, and the crown of state champion. This is the lightweight boys single at our 2022 FSRA Sculling Championships from Nathan Benderson Park. And to my eye, it is a continued lead for lane 5. Or excuse me, is it a new lead for lane 5? Mm-hmm. It's definitely either lane 7 or lane 5 at this point. So it's De Cardenas of Belen and it's Dominguez of Miami Beach. And those 2 are battling it out. It may be De Cardenas ahead in lane 7 from Belen Jesuit, but they are quite close to one another relative to each other. It does look like the medals are starting to separate a little bit, though, because third place, a solid third place, appears to be Mr. Royer of Miami in between the 2.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
And I say that, and Royer loses course quite considerably.
Yep. Well, you can all of a sudden see if you get that oar banging along a buoy line, that could really be distressing. Or even worse, if you will all of a sudden find your oar stuck underneath a buoy, that could bring you to a full stop. So they have to pay attention. But as you said, we're really seeing our first 3 on the left-hand side, the seated lanes doing well. Looking over 2 more lanes to the right, kind of in a stealthy black boat and a white boat beside him, are Boone and Sarasota.
Yeah, Lester and Musgrave, and you're right, they are about the same speed currently as they come down the race course. And trying to also be in the mix is the other Sarasota boat, Mr. Kondapalli. But it continues to be spaced out for the medals, but it's anybody's game here in the last 350 for the gold medal. Out in front is De Cardenas and Dominguez of Miami Beach, Belen Jesuit and Miami Beach, respectively, 2 Miami area single scullers. De Cardenas working on his course a little bit. Looks like Dominguez going a little bit straighter than De Cardenas there for about 5 or 6 strokes. Will that matter? A lot of power, it looks like, from De Cardenas as he goes through the water.
Definitely. Now, the wind is going to be coming in from their left-hand side, and will push them over to the right onto the leeward side. But it looks, as I agree, it looks like we're seeing a lot more animated physical style from Cardenas and Dominguez.
It just looks very powerful for De Cardenas. Let's see if I can get a stroke rating.
He's definitely overrating
32
Dominguez.
strokes a minute for De Cardenas.
About the same then.
Yep, 33 strokes a minute for Dominguez. Those are your top two as they come through. They're racing for medals. This is the boys lightweight single at the 2022 FSRA Sculling Championships. It is De Cardenas of Belen Jesuit with a length of open water, trying to hang on to a gold medal here. 5 strokes from the line, ahead of Miami Beach's Dominguez. And then a solid third place and in position for the bronze medal is Mr. Royer of Miami Rowing Club. As you see Belen Jesuit come across the line unofficially in first place for a gold medal and a trophy in the boys lightweight single, just ahead of Miami Beach and Miami. So we have 3 Miami single scullers, Miami area single scullers, taking all the medals in the boys lightweight single A final and boat class. As you see, Mr. Musgrave of Sarasota Crew finishing in 4th place, ahead of Mr. Lester of Boone High School and his teammate Mr. Kondapali of Sarasota Crew. And then it will be Mr. Bernardo of First Coast finishing ahead of Mr. Brown from Tampa Prep. So that'll do it for the boys lightweight single boat class, as that was the grand final. And the next boats we're going to see on the race course are going to be the girls' lightweight doubles. And it appears, Joe, we're going to have a 9-boat final if it sets up correctly. So we will see as the camera pans down. Maybe take a very quick break here, and when they set it up, we'll get going.
Yeah, as David indicated, and as I was talking about earlier, with the capability we have here at Nathan Benderson Park to run 10